3 weeks ago, I talked to you about spiritual gifts, and since then I've had a few more ideas about spiritual gifts that I wanted to share with you. I explained back then that the Bible says that we are to ask for more spiritual gifts and we are to fan them into flame. Well, that means that when you're given a spiritual gift, it's usually in seed form and it needs to grow. So how do you grow a spiritual gift that comes in seed form? Well, I asked God that, and He answered with a question. And He asked me, what is necessary for a seed to grow? Well, a seed will grow when it's in good growing conditions. You don't have to encourage a seed to grow. It will grow automatically if it's in the right conditions. So how can we create the right conditions to grow spiritual gifts? Well, we all know people who have had amazing, powerful spiritual gifts, but they were unable to use them effectively because of their personality, their attitudes, their behavior, and some have even fallen into sin and were taken out of ministry completely. And what went wrong? Well, they weren't able to grow their gifting because of weeds in their life. And the weeds that took them out of the action, were growing in their emotional baggage. You see, all the hurts from your past and the lies that you believed about all those events are stored in your emotional baggage. And they give Satan ammunition to attack you and to keep reminding you of the pain of your past and the lies that you believed. And that will greatly interfere with your ability to use and grow your spiritual gift. You see, emotional baggage is the easiest way for Satan to block your gifts and take you out of ministry. But as you unload your baggage, your gifts can grow to become a great blessing. And God is waiting to heal your hurts from the past, remove the lies, replace it with truth, and empty your baggage so Satan doesn't any longer have the ability to shoot that at you. Now in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, Paul describes more weeds that can interfere with your spiritual gifts. And Paul lists several powerful gifts and explains that without God's love, they're useless. You see, when you unload your baggage and then become filled with God's love, you create the right growing conditions for spiritual gifts. So if you want more spiritual gifts, give God permission to empty your baggage and then ask Him to give you His loving heart. To live a transformed life, you need to grow your spiritual gifts by unloading your baggage and receiving God's loving heart. Now I want to hear from you. How are you growing your spiritual gifts? Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter. And you know how to do that. Just fill out the subscription form, which is right there. I'll talk to you again next week, but this week, release your spiritual gifts.